there, welcome back to my channel. I've been pre-pulling cards today because, well, of course, you know, we all got our own issues and we all got our own problems that we're dealing with. And I keep trying, you know, right? Take my energy out of the scenario. But it's really hard when there's so many people out there that may have or are going through the exact same things, right? And I just want to be of service. I want to help you heal. I want to help you to let go of the past traumas. And I'm not saying like letting go like that your trauma isn't warranted or your feelings aren't warranted, or your emotional feelings aren't disregarded, I guess is I don't know if that's a good word or not. If you have a better word, feel free to stick it in the comments. We got Archangel Uriel here with us today. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So I pre-pulled, and the Dragonfly Mermaid was the first card that came up, and it's card number 19. You've attracted wonderful news. So when we experience disappointment, it can lead to anger, rage, feelings of, well, I'm going to get you back, or I'm going to make you suffer. And when you have people like that in your life, when you're on your healing journey, that are constantly just finding ways to keep you stuck so you don't move forward, you know, so you don't come out of your shell, so you spend weeks crying, years in isolation, hoping that maybe one day you'll be good enough to be part of their family. Once you realize that the very people that are supposed to love you, support you, encourage you, are the ones that are been continually keeping the gossip going or keeping the stories going, they may say to you, let it go, Mom. Move on. Your past isn't your future. And you say, well, let's work through what we've been going through. And when your person tells you that they have nothing that they're angry over, and that you were a good mother, or you were a good father, or you were a good sister, or a good brother, or male or female, I don't know what your situation is. I only got my own, and I'm trying to use my trauma, isolation, outcasted feelings to help you so that you don't suffer like I did, or I have been. But I have learned to take back my power, to talk to God first, to help me with clarity, with speaking, communication, so that the right message gets across without offending anybody. But as you know, in this day and age, people could be offended if you wore your hair the wrong way or you wore a color shirt that they didn't like. That's how silly people can be. So the Dragonfly Mermaid, you've attracted wonderful news. And to me, it feels like you found your freedom. Your freedom to express yourself. Your freedom to live the life you want to live without worrying about what other people think. And that's the key to yourself, you know, that they've kept you locked in on. So for me, for you, I pray that God give you the strength and the clarity to keep going, to keep following your dreams, to keep following your passions, whatever they may be. You may be a singer. You may be an author. You may be a speaker. You may be an influencer. You may be a nurse. You may be a doctor. You may be a tarot reader. You can only do you and what Spirit calls you to do. You can't jump for somebody else's wishes, dreams, and hopes so that their life's better and just disregard your own dreams and desires. The second card here I got, it's the Sacred Beetle Armor. To me, that's the God's armor, right? Put on God's armor. You have a mighty shield, and it's card 38, which goes to an 11. I pick up on a lot of emotions through the airwaves. So I apologize. But it's emotional, right? People hold on, people that are suffering, hold on to negative past influences, right? And because of the past, the unending sadness of looking back, endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, and negative nostalgia, and that's card 36. You'll have people that come in your life that just want to keep you in your past. They don't want to let you go, but yet they don't want you in their life either. So, you know, you have to look out for you. You know, don't be anybody's doormat. Don't wait around for anybody to accept you as you are. You accept yourself as you are, right? Because your life is sweet, right? The fairy bee. It's card number 6. Focus on the things that bring you joy, and you'll find peace. You'll find joy. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Focus on your own, right? And then we got the Orca Magic. It was card 43, and it's the Akashic Record. Akashic libraries are open. So maybe you haven't even checked into your Akashic records. Maybe you don't even know what your purpose is, right? Because there's many meditations out there on YouTube, many. I encourage you to take control of your own life, right? Everybody is an individual. We may share similar stories, we may share similar experiences, but we all have our own individual gifts and special powers. It says, you are unlike anyone else. It's card 35. Your contradictions and complexities are interesting. And that, in one way, is good, and in another way, it's bad, because there are people that we encounter that become a little obsessive, and, you know, they just want to know what you're up to all the time. And you're entitled to your privacy. That's your right. You have a choice and free will. Nobody can control you in any way, shape, or form unless you allow them to control you. If people, whoever you're dealing with in your life, want to keep you living in your past, you got to ask yourself why. And for myself, being kept in my past kept me so low vibrational, and it made me an extremely easy target to be taken advantage of, used for my money, just used all the way around. So you need to put on your shields, take back your power, and realize how special you are, that you bring something, whatever that is, to the table for the good of all. The good of all, the whole planet. And if you're living in negativity, it comes back to you. And especially if you've been doing it specifically just to hurt another person, or to chokehold their growth. That doesn't make you a king or a queen or an empress. That makes you a tyrant. So I don't know if I showed you this one or not. The unending sadness of looking back. Yes, I did read that one. My apologies. This one came. I think it's Quetzalcoatl and the Priestess of Time. The time has come. The time to act is now. And it's card number 23, which is a 5. And you can look whatever you're interested in. I'm not going to shove my beliefs down your throat, but yesterday I was sitting and thinking and praying with God, and you know, the mind wanders, and then all of a sudden I hear this, Revelations 12:12. So I looked that up and I posted it online, and it's basically saying that when the devil or people, negative people, are losing their grips on your life, control on your life and how it is, they're going to pull out every card that they have in order to hurt you, break your heart, cause you depression, and possible suicide. You need to eliminate those people from your life, because they have their own healing to deal with. And if people are sending death threats to you, or hoping that you get sick, or this or that, it all comes back to the person that's sending it. So I try not to be picking up on karmic energies, but that, unfortunately, is what we are all dealing with right now, because the negativity that's going on in the planet is losing its grip and control over the light workers, the seers, the earth angels, God's children, light workers, seers, earth angels, star seeds, rainbow children. If we've lost anybody, if we've lost children in our past, they come back when they're ready, when it's time, when it's their time. Then we got the wolf moon. I will watch over you. And it's card number 1. And I'll never stop watching over you. And that was God's promise. Whoever believed in him, you know, God, Jesus, would have everlasting life. If they had wholehearted, 100% faith, they would be provided for. Everything that they need, they would receive. You just have to ask. Deep dark sea mermaid. Find solutions in the unknown places in the darkness. And it's card number 16. So because we are humans and we are having to deal with emotions, to me, find solutions in unknown places in the darkness. So when you're crying, when you're sad, when you're trying to figure out what the heck is going on and why does this person or persons continually want to keep hurting you, that's when you're going to get your aha moment. That's when you're going to hear the voice of God or the voice of reason in your head from your higher self to explain to you why all this stuff is happening and how you can cope and deal with it so that you can live a productive life without living in doubt or living in fear. Little brother, little sister, siblings, younger friends, and responsibility, and it's card number 40. Now, when we're growing up and we have our own children, you know, we got all these, we're supposed to do this, and we're supposed to do this, and we're supposed to do that. But what are the children supposed to do? Are the children, you know, just allowed to, you know, completely destroy their parents? Is it okay for them to steal from them? Is it okay to lie on them? How do you deal with that? And then you keep protecting them. You keep standing up for them. You keep making excuses for them. And after a while, you just stop making excuses, you know, especially if they're adult children, and realize that, and I mean, if you're a Christian person that believes, you know, everything that's been put in the Bible, it says that the children should honor their mother and father. It doesn't say in the Bible that the mother and father have to take shit from their children for years and years and years. You can only guide your children for so long, and after, you know, usually, like, now things are really changed, but you know, it starts at like 10. They start making their own choices, their own decisions, and parents are just, you know, they don't have a choice. They have to just let them make their own choices, because all of our parental rights, a lot of them were taken from us. Like, there's discipline, and then there's discipline out of anger, and that's where the abuse comes in. So they've taken away our ability to discipline our children. They They've made it so that both parents have to work, so that our children are being raised in daycare centers or after school programs. And then it's just, a complete cluster F, And you're dealing with all these outside influences that are educating your children or influencing your children, and then they come home and they figure, oh, I can treat my mom this way. My friend, what's her face across the street, does it with her family, so I'm going to do it to my family. How do you deal with that? I don't have the answers. All I know is I have more answers now, later on in life, than I did back then. And I didn't know how to properly discipline my children without the fear of cops being called or social services being called. So I basically did my best, at the same time threw my hands up in the air because there was nothing I can do. My hands were tied. Didn't matter what I did. Maybe it doesn't matter what you do, you feel like your hands are tied. I apologize for this reading if it's too personal. Personal meaning it's something I'm going through, and it's coming through in the cards. And all I can do is take what's I'm given and present it so that it may help somebody else on their journey. And I am an emotional person. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm mad. If I see a beautiful thing, a bird or a flower, I cry about that too. I don't know. And if someone's telling you you're too much, or you're too this, or you're too that, you're not. They just don't have what you have. So don't let anybody discredit you, your personality, your self-worth. You'll get through this. We got the little wolf girl. It's all right to be alone, and it's card number 18. I live alone with my dog, but I'm never alone. I'm always got stuff going through my head. And there's nothing wrong with having an overactive mind. Doesn't mean like you're living your head in the clouds. Maybe you got different things you're working on. I got lots of things I'm working on. And it never ends, right? Just when I think, oh, okay, I can wrap my head around all this stuff, then something else comes along that, tweaks my interest. And I don't know. I'm just going to live my life my way. I'm happy. And I want everybody to be happy. Nobody deserves to be living in hell. Whether that's figuratively speaking or right in your face. Hell is what you make of life. And if you are surrounded by people that just talk about you or make fun of you or just pick and prod and poke and all that, those people aren't for you. And you'll notice, right, when you're not around or don't give people the time of day, how many times those people go by your house or check your social media. And once again, I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. My account's still there, but I'm not there. I've deleted the app. The only platform I'm on right now is YouTube, and I'm even thinking of moving from YouTube to a different platform because YouTube is shadow banning any channel that is promoting self-help, self-sustainability, or waking you up to what's going on in the world. And it's like the game of Risk, if you've ever heard of that game. That's what they're doing to our planet. They're taking a big risk, but they don't realize when they put the threat or the fear of the ending of the world, the people putting out the threat aren't going to be here either. So if we're all not going to be here, what are they winning? What have they won? They haven't won a damn thing. They're just blowing up their own pocketbooks. While the rest, the poor, the ill, the displaced, they're the ones that are left to suffer. And they just stay on that same gravy train day in and day out. Once you get off that wheel, you realize, like, there's a lot of things to do in life, things that you haven't had the chance to experience. So the last, since 2020, we'll just use that, everybody was forced, in a sense, to get in touch with their inner self, inner being, their higher being. That's my thinking. It gave a lot of opportunity to heal, spend time with family, get to know family, because a lot of families, like I said before, parents were forced to have to take on so many jobs and be away from home and put their kids in daycare. And, the grind. Everybody knows the wheel. Go to work, come home, eat, sleep, shit, wake up, do it again. Shop. Sorry for my babbling. I appreciate that you're here. To whoever's watching this video, I appreciate your subscribes, your likes, your comments, your love, your well wishes. Ooh. We got awakening. Energetic upgrades. Sorry, is that? Focus. Awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. So you're probably going through a upgrade. You're probably awakening. You're probably feeling more chills, vibrations going through your body, especially when you start talking to your angels or your higher self or to God. You'll feel it. Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So figure out who or what is triggering you. And if it's triggering you in a good way, that's great. But if it's triggering you in a bad way where it's making you feel declining, I would distance myself from that person. That's my opinion. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Well, right now I was just thinking, I should put a disclaimer on this. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a counselor. I'm not ticketed in any way. I only know what God has taught me, the guidance that I've received throughout my life. I've had beautiful, wonderful, female friends. And I've lost them. So and I know they're with me. They're with me right now. I can feel them around me. And they keep guiding me to keep going. So I encourage you to keep going. You follow your dreams. Do what you need to do that makes you sleep peacefully at night. Ask God and your angels to watch over you while you sleep. Your passed over loved ones are with you. They never leave you until you're ready. When you're ready that you're able to let go and go on, until then, you call, you cry, they'll come. Never doubt that. Because it's all energy. We were not meant to come here to suffer. We aren't meant to be stuck in a wheel of pain and sorrow. We're here to flourish. We're here to love the planet. We're here to tend to what she needs. What our governments are doing to this planet, is causing the planet to get hotter. The chemtrails, the pumping of all the oil, because the oil is what is coating the cores inside of the earth. If you took all the oil out of your car and drove it, eventually things are not going to be so good. They're polluting our waters, our skies, and the earth really needs your help. My higher self just keeps telling me to keep going. It's okay. I'm on the right path. That God will send the right people to my life. And I have faith. I want you to have faith too. We're not just here just to entertain you. We're here to help you. We're here to guide you. But if you don't listen to the message or take the advice that you're given, how do you expect things to change? If you keep living the same way, you're going to get the same results. So my higher self is just telling me to tell you to make the changes today. Take the first step. Grab a pen and paper. Journal. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. You're beautiful, or you're handsome. You're smart. You're intelligent. You're quirky. You're funny. And that you're loved. And you are loved by many people. So many people look up to you, it's not even funny. You don't even realize it. You may go to your job, your day-to-day, whatever it is you do for a job, and you may think, well, how can I make a difference in someone's life? Well, you know, just a smile, a hello, can change somebody's whole day, their whole outlook on life. And this is, our feelings are the wings of our intuitions. Clairvoyance. It's card 38. So I noticed a sequence of numbers here that are very similar. 38, 11, 10, 9. Nines are coming up quite a bit too. Not quite a bit, sorry. I just see number 9 there. 19, 18. Allow yourself to receive. One of the greatest blocks in our ability to manifest our greatest desires is an inability to allow ourselves to receive. This card asks that you take some time to identify any inner beliefs, perceptions, and attitudes that stop you from receiving one by one, and remove these resistances. That's beautiful. Imperfection. That was card number 1, allow yourself to receive. Imperfection is card 23. In our goal-driven world, we can seek to blame whenever things do not run smoothly, and yet it is our imperfections that make our human lives the perfect vessel for the evolution of the soul. Strive to be the best that you can be. Cherish your mistakes and those of others, and honor the learning to be found in every experience. So on that note, I'm going to leave that for now. Yesterday I was called to come and do readings, but I did the 2, and then it keeps coming and coming, and I just get really worn out especially when you're not only dealing with your own personal issues, but picking up on the stuff all over the place, because it's everywhere. So put on your shields, stay true to yourself. God bless you. Thank you for being here. I love you, and have a wonderful day.